Hey there! Sorry I missed your call, my phone was on Do Not Disturb mode. Right now I'm at the wedding dress boutique, trying on various dresses. But honestly, they're starting to blend together at this point.
I see. I was wondering what you were up to. I tried calling you 8 times already. How long does it take to try on a few dresses?
You'd be surprised, it's taking quite a while. At least I know I look amazing, though. I'm sorry I got wrapped up in my own stuff. What did you need?
Well, I wanted to do this in person, but unfortunately I can't. We have to break up.
What are you talking about? We're getting married tomorrow, you shouldn't joke like that. What if you bring us bad luck?
I'm not joking, and I don't have cold feet. I've met someone else, and I think she'd be a better fit for me. I'm sorry, and I hope there are no hard feelings.
Are you kidding me? Of course there are hard feelings. Why would you wait to bring this up until now, and who is this other girl?
Listen, you and I have been together for years, and sometimes these things happen. My heart wants her. It needs her. I don't love you anymore, Arya.
What, you don't? Really?
Do you want me to be happy? If you truly care about me, then you do. So you have to let me go. If you love someone, let them go, right? I know it's hard, but I'd rather marry into comfort than a life with financial struggles.
Hold on. Are you implying that I'm not rich enough? Is she richer or something?
Essentially, yes. Aren't your family old butchers? And haven't they been for 5 generations now?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with this? Just because we're butchers doesn't mean we're poor.
I think it's safe to say that you're not well off. It's kind of a nasty and embarrassing way to make a living. I just don't want a bloody wife. How gross is that?
Why are you saying such mean things? I thought you loved my parents, that's what you told me.
I was just being nice at the time. I doubt you know anything about that.
Nice? Then tell me what you really think of my family.
Your family is a bunch of hicks. As soon as I stepped foot into your parents' home, I knew I had to get out of this engagement.
You are so rude.
But then she came into my life and changed it completely. She swept me off my feet, and her dad owns a few companies.
Oh, wow. I thought you were exaggerating to make me feel bad.
Do you see the predicament I'm in? I love her, but I'm stuck with you. I don't want to work forever, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Wow, so there's nothing wrong here, huh? There's nothing wrong with you cheating on me for some spoiled rich girl?
You should watch the way you talk because she's your boss's daughter.
Are you talking about Violet? She's the one you've been sneaking around with?
Yes. You just can't come close to her in any way, so please let me go and cancel the wedding. There are so many guys out there who are more in your league.
This has got to be a joke. You're truly going to leave me for a woman I know and throw away our future and also humiliate my family too? Also you can marry and not have to worry about money?
I'd like to look at it in a different way. I'm on my way to the American dream. I'm just getting rid of some obstacles first. Good luck.
1 hour later.
Hi, Arya. I'm so sorry about the current situation with Ryder. I feel awful. We're too classy to fight, right? I tried getting him to tell you sooner. Whatever money you need to be reimbursed for your wedding, let me know.
I don't care about your dad's money, Violet. All I care about is why. Why would you go after my fiancé when you could have had anybody? You're young, gorgeous, and not to mention rich.
How is it not obvious to you? I obviously don't like you at all.
What? Are you joking? What have I done to you? As far as I can remember, we've only talked a few times. I didn't know we had an issue.
Well, you're indirectly an issue for me, honestly. Ever since my dad noticed your goody two-shoes act, he's been comparing us. You've become a real pain in my butt. He says that I should learn from you. Learn what from you? The thought of being like you makes me want to hurl you.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I do remember your dad telling me about you. He was giving me an award and telling me how he hoped I'd rub off on you.
Yeah, that was the night everything started to go downhill. I don't care who you are or where you came from, and I don't want to. You're making me look bad with your hard-working country bumpkin personality. Ryder was the perfect way to get revenge on you.
Wow, you really went through all that trouble just to make yourself feel better? Haha.
Oh, it wasn't just to make me feel better. There isn't anyone else that I care more about than myself. Trust me, I love myself more than you could ever love Ryder. The thought of you crying your eyes out in your wedding dress is perfect.
Who would have thought that my just working hard would provoke someone like this?
Can't you see that I'm working hard too? I've got a whole plan at this point. Once we marry, I'll make Daddy see Ryder as his business heir so I can just retire. For now, I'll just have to get Ryder a job high up in Daddy's company. Once he works hard, he'll look good for both of us.
Don't try to compare yourself to me. Your dad sounds like a good man, and I don't think he'd want scum taking over his company.
I'm his daughter. You don't have to suck up to me. He's my daddy, so he'll do whatever I want him to do. I may have him make you Ryder and mine's personal assistant at work. Maybe after being at my beck and call, you'll learn some common sense.
You want me to do what?
Does that not sound good enough for you? You have the rest of the day to choose whether you work for me or you're gone.
The next day.
Hey, Arya, thank you for agreeing to cancel our wedding. I believe Violet had the money for the reception and catering wired to you. Let me know when you get it.
I got her money. Not only for the wedding, but for the settlement, so thanks.
Hey, don't mention it. Money's not an object anymore. The least I could do for leaving your heartbroken is pay for the emotional damage.
You mean have Violet's father pay for it? How gentlemanlike of you.
Well, I still am gonna marry her. Once I do, her money is my money.
I guess you were very serious about that, huh?
Of course. Why would I pass up a chance to move up in the world? She and I have been on the phone planning a big, beautiful wedding.
It's kind of soon to be planning a big wedding, don't you think? You just got together and ended our engagement.
Maybe for you, but not for me. The hardest thing has been trying to please her throughout this. She wants a destination wedding. She's talking about flying all the guests too. Between flights, hotels, and the wedding ceremony, that's hundreds of thousands. Can you actually believe this?
No, not really. At this point, it sounds like some fancy getaway instead of a wedding.
Well, it's only the best for her. Her dad didn't even flinch when the wedding planner was adding everything up. I'm sure that money is like nothing to him. While, on the other hand, I feel like a big shot. My whole world is different.
A big shot, huh? If you can look at that amount of money and feel like it's nothing, then we have nothing to talk about. We have very different ideas of hard work and the value of money. We might as well be speaking two different languages.
I get it. You want me back, is that it?
When did I say that?
Sorry, Ari. I know this all hurts to hear. I just don't feel anything for you anymore. Violet is my soulmate. I need a queen in my life, not some butcher's daughter. Now, do me a favor and leave me alone.
All right, bye, Ryder.
Goodbye and good riddance. In all seriousness, though, thank you for being nice in all of this. You saved me a lot of headaches.
It's whatever. You let me down kind of easily. Besides, I'd rather be left at the altar than be married to some self-centered pig.
When you say things like that, I don't feel quite as bad for hurting you.
I'll be quitting my job tomorrow and moving back to Virginia, so I won't be in your and Violet's way anymore. I wish nothing but the best for your marriage.
Wow, really? No way. That's too good to be true. You're really packing up and moving back to a dingy little town to be a butcher? I can't believe this.
Yep, I promised myself that if I was still single in my late 20s, I'd move back. I've made up my mind to keep my family's work alive.
I guess life is giving you lemons, huh? I guess you kind of are past your prime and alone. Now you're going back to a dirty, sad place. All I can say to you is good luck. You're gonna need a lot of it.
The business makes about $5 million a year, so I don't mind getting a bit bloody.
What? Did you really mean to type 5 million?
Yep, like you said, I'm a 6th-generation butcher. My family knows what we're doing. It's a lot of pressure to run the business, but I think I can do it.
Back up for a second here. When you said 5 million, was that a typo? Didn't you mean like 5,000?
Seriously? Do you think $5,000 would keep a butcher shop running? This is simple economics here. I thought you were some big shot.
We both know that being a butcher is such a hick line of work. The city is the way to go. There's no way your family is making that much, let alone just profiting.
Okay, you're entitled to your own opinion. The days when they work to survive are long gone. My family has a great business model, and we can also afford wonderful, loyal employees.
What do you mean?
It's all independently owned, too. We are selling to people all over the country, so please shut up with dirty work talk. I'm so tired of it, and I'm proud of my family.
No, there's no way I'm falling for this. I've been to your parents' house, and it definitely was not a mansion or anything. If you do have this much money, then why live in some old, decrepit home? And why drive some old, worn-out car? What about those machines in the back?
They're slicers and aren't meant to look fancy. They get the job done, and that's all that matters to us. If you think a Ferrari is a lot of money, try looking at a bunch of these machines.
No way those things can cost that much money!
Yes, they do. Writing them off during tax time is such a lifesaver, too. They're essentially investments, though.
This has got to just be crazy talk. Why haven't I heard anything about any of this until now, then?
It's not very polite to meet my parents and then start discussing finances. Besides, it's not like my dad asked you about your salary.
That's totally different. I can't believe we're talking about millions of dollars here. If I would have known this, I wouldn't have,
You wouldn't have cheated on me? Or have slept your way up the corporate ladder? And you wouldn't have broken up with me a day before our wedding?
No, what I meant was...
Just save it, Ryder. I did the right thing by keeping a piece of garbage like you away from my family and the business. Don't worry. I'll be out of your life now. Enjoy a future without me. A few hours later...
Hey, don't think you've come out on top of this, butcher girl. So what if your family has made a huge profit off of meat? It's taken them, what, 5 or 6 generations? At least my dad has made all of this money in his own lifetime, haha.
I'm sorry. What are you going on about? Ryder and I have been over for a while now. You won, Violet. You humiliated me, got Ryder, and now I'm leaving the company. I think it's safe to say I've learned my lesson from whatever I've done to you.
Yet I still have to teach you how to act classy. Drop the innocent girl act, no one is believing it. I know all about your attempt to flash your money to get Ryder back. It's sad.
I'm not flashing anything, and trust me, Ryder is all yours. You're both idiots and 2 peas in a pod, haha.
Do you seriously think you'll get away with talking to me like that?
Like what? I'm just speaking the truth here. You're saying you have Ryder wrapped around your finger, but in reality, you're just like him. You both want power, fortune, and to have someone bend over backward for you. Neither of you wants to work for anything either.
You couldn't be more wrong, that's not how I am. I'm not close to a leech, I work for what I want. You'd better apologize right now.
You're right, perhaps I was a bit harsh. Would you prefer if I call you a bum?
You need to shut up, you dumb bitch. That talk may be acceptable in the woods where you're from, but not here. You're going to be so sorry. You and your family are trash. Nobody cares about you or your meat. One day your butcher shop will burn to the ground.
Maybe, maybe not. But it's only going to take one call for me to ruin your father's company. So please don't pray for our downfall, or else I'll cause yours.
One call? What do you mean?
Isn't your father attempting to start a restaurant right now? From what I heard, he's been wanting to open one for years now. Then he heard about my family's butcher shop.
Wait, does Daddy want to partner with you, Hicks?
It's crazy that you don't even know where your own money comes from.
Just shut up, please. You obviously are building up to some reveals, so let's just get there then, huh?
You realize that your dad needs my parents to open his restaurant, right? He can't do it without them as business partners.
Okay, but why your parents? Why not literally any other butcher?
Your dad and I talked the night I got that award. He looked into my parents' shop when his restaurant idea got off the ground. He asked if I could talk to my parents about going into business together. Funny how networking works, isn't it?
Urgh! Why does everything come back to that damn award?
Want me to make it even better? Your dad doesn't just compare us because we're close in age. He notices that, unlike you, I'm willing to work for what I want despite being born into wealth. You're not willing to put in any work, and that's pretty pathetic. And by the way, I did hand in my resignation. I told your father myself.
You brought him into this?
No, he's my boss. Did you think this plan through at all? He was very surprised about me quitting, so I had to explain why.
So what did you tell him then?
I told him the truth, of course. He's been nothing but generous to me. He apologized to me on behalf of you.
Seriously? What's he apologizing for? I didn't do anything. What do you two have going on?
Oh, please, he's now talking about cutting you off financially.
Oh my god, he's calling me now.
I'll let you go. Have fun. 2 days later.
Arya, I need your help. Violet's dad won't see me. He said she's banished.
Wow, what a man of his word.
I put everything on the line for that promotion.
Yes, you'll have to go back to your old job.
I can't. I already quit.
Huh? That was a little rash.
It seemed like the right thing to do.
So you're unemployed?
Yes, and I have to pay Violet back for the deposits from the wedding.
I see why you like her so much.
She doesn't want to marry a broke loser, that brat.
Settle down. I thought this type of money would be chump change to you now.
I'm the chump here? Is we getting married still on the table? I love you.
Definitely not.
Please, I'll do whatever it takes. I can work at the butcher shop, please!
Nope, you asked me to leave you alone, so I am. It's interesting how life can take unexpected turns. Violet came to apologize to both my father and me in person, with her father supervising the process to ensure it was genuine. After that, they left, and I never saw them again. The last I heard, Ryder had to move back in with his parents since he lost his job. He also had to set up a payment plan with Violet. I doubt either of them is happy, but I don't care anymore. I moved back in with my parents for the time being. We're living in a huge farmhouse on a big plot of land, and I've started working at the butcher shop. It reminds me of my childhood, and I'm getting paid well. My parents are grooming me to take over the shop. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.